I didn't know this until now. Taiping in Perak is often called the town of firsts in Malaysia, with 30 to 40 firsts attributed to it. But honestly, I've only managed to visit one or two of these firsts, and that's enough to be totally convinced of Taiping charm. Let's get charmed together. Hey everybody, Uncle Go Travelling here. I'm doing a 4-day trip across Peninsular Malaysia, stopping at 5 towns and cities, all by railway and road. I begin in Johor Bahru, then ride up to Kluang, then Kuala Lumpur, onward bus to Taiping, then continue by train to Bukit Mentajam, and finally end in Alostar. It is going to be a cross-country road adventure. Landscape, local shops, train life, and more. Join me in this overland journey. Next stop, Taiping. I'm standing at TBS bus terminal in Kuala Lumpur, paying the price for not booking my ETS train ticket well in advance. Yes, the train out of Kuala Lumpur is totally sold out today. So instead, I'm taking a bus coach up north to Taiping. What could have been a 2.5-hour rail ride now stretches into almost 5 hours by bus. And here am I sitting here, ranting a little bit as the journey drags on. At first, this was an intercity coach. But somewhere after Ipoh, it morphed into a local bus, winding through countryside lanes, stopping where you least expected it. I'm telling you, it's excruciating just sitting here through the ride. On the flip side, the rural landscape outside do ease the pain a little. Green, open, slow-moving life. But then, halfway through the trip, the bus stops at a petrol station so that the bus can get a refuel. My soul is slowly bleeding. By the time I reach Taiping, I'm late for check-in. The bus drops me off at Kamunting bus terminal.
Finally reached Taiping. This is Kamunting Raja bus stop.
About 7 kilometers away from where I'm supposed to stay. So I have to book a Grab into town.
Okay, now this is Taiping. My hotel is just in front of me.
It's night by the time I reach the hotel, Barrack Street Hotel. A friend of mine messaged me after seeing my post on Instagram and offered to help check in for me.
Hello.
That is a lifesaver.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thanks a lot.
I got a twin bedroom. My friend who joined me for this trip is nowhere to be seen. Possibly he went out having a walk. The toilet of this hotel is of decent size and an old cupboard. These days, I rarely use in hotel nowadays. I'm totally tired but hungry. The hotel receptionist was kind enough to note there is a night hawker lane at Jalan Pasar, and he guaranteed that I would not miss it. Sure enough, night in Taiping is mostly dim and quiet. But as I walk straight ahead, I suddenly see a burst of lights. A huge cluster of hawker stores lighting up the streets. There is food everywhere. Stores lining up both sides of the road like walls on both sides. The street is clearly closed to traffic and transformed into a dining space under the stars. This is what a proper Malaysian hawker street feels like. That surely beats indoor kopitiam stuffy facade. Here I am, faced with so many choices, but only a small stomach. I usually can eat a fair bit, but at 10 p.m, I do not want to wake up feeling stomach stuffed. Also, my friend beside me is a vegetarian, so we have to pick our food carefully. I order Chee Cheong Fun because I love the theater of seeing rice water getting stretched into something silky right in front of me.
一个经济鸡桶饭，一个鸳鸯鸡桶饭。啊，这边吃的对。
Seeing my food turn from nothing to something
45
is really therapeutic. Then I go for Rojak. The thick, mucus-rich sauce, the pop of texture, open kitchen. Seeing all this, how my food is prepared, I know what I'm getting. And yes, I sneak in a couple of satay sticks for myself.
Sini. 45.
First, ice cold coffee. After Penang, I am more comfortable with a milk foam on top of iced coffee. It's like a ooh la la moment. Next, Rojak. It is obviously prepared in northern Malaysian style with big flavors. Then the Chee Cheong Fun sliding down my throat, and the light soya sauce drizzle is just right. And finally, kampong satay. Simple hawker food under the stars, and I'm loving it. My friend, eyeing the dessert scene, spots mochi or mochi balls. He grabs a pack. This mochi version is a chendol mochi hybrid. That flavor is totally new to me. But wow, peanut covered, chewy shell, familiar in taste, but fresh in format. We both pack up the mochi and wander away. Along the lit section of Jalan Pasar, we see the coffee shop glow. And along the street side, there are stores selling toys and clothings. I even see children riding little toy cars that is brightly lit. That totally reminded me of Yogyakarta night market. However, by now, many stores are already packing up. It's too late for full action. Walking past, I spot old colonial era house still lit. And these are beautiful relics. The Taiping Clock Tower, which is one of Taiping FIRSTS, stands quietly. We plan to visit the Taiping Lake Gardens at night, but no lighting. Total darkness means we skip it. So we finally headed back to the hotel. Mochi in hand, contented, and good night.
The next day.
Oh, good morning from Taiping. Yeah. Just be careful. Good morning from Taiping. Yeah, so this is Taiping in the morning, and we are now going to look for breakfast.
With daybreak, I finally see Taiping in its full glory. My first impression, Taiping has wide streets, a legacy of its colonial era with broad thoroughfares and open spaces. These main roads flow into smaller pocket streets and alleys. And these alleys has historical shophouses and heritage buildings all lined up. That gives this town its true old identity. After all, Taiping is the oldest British Malaya town. Taiping is quiet and structured, and you can feel how Taiping was built with purpose. Just like other cities and towns in Malaysia, Taiping has its own wall art scenes here. These wall murals are almost ubiquitous, weaving together local history, culture, and visual storytelling. Generally, wall art in Taiping focuses on its heritage. Where we are here now is the newly renovated Taiping Market. The old Taiping Market is said to be the oldest market, not just in the state of Perak, but in the whole of Malaysia. What used to be the heart of the town bazaar now has been given a new facelift. If you ask me, I still prefer the rustic market vibe. A few blocks from here, and now we are at the Larut Matang Hawker Centre. This is Taiping food mecca. Almost every travel blogger tells you to come here. And honestly, you will not go wrong having your local food here. There are over 100 stores, halal and non-halal section, all under one roof. There are a couple of standout stores, the unique fishball char kway teow, the nonya kueh, the ice kacang, and the mee rebus. But both my friend and I are so overwhelmed by choices and the crowd. In the end, we just said, let's just grab a seat, then decide. We didn't try to find the best stores that the IGs and the food vloggers recommend. I believe all the food here is authentically good. We just follow the queue, the local queue, and we believe what we see tells us more than what we see online. We see this peanut pancake store. It is an instant visual for my blog. So that must be one of our picks. Then I go for a wonton noodle. Malaysian styles go for thick sauce instead of what we have it in Singapore. There's obviously dumplings and char siu. As for coffee, but funny enough, I found out you have to order at the store nearest to your table.
那个李江贵那边。
法规那边你去76号交不可以来这里交。
哦，不可以的啊。
哎呀，因为一直过来，等一下。
哦，OK OK。
Back in Singapore, I do not see that kind of territorial setup for more than 10 years.
啊，
要来了。
Now, everything comes together. The wonton noodle, the coffee, the peanut pancake. This is my sarapan, my local breakfast in Taiping. And that kickstart my simple day in Taiping.
I'm so full. I'm so full.
My friend is taking the lead in planning this Taiping trip, and I'm totally okay with playing the back seats. That is a beauty of having a travel buddy. We stroll into another street with wall art and murals in Taiping. I'll be honest here, it's kind of underwhelming when compared to what I've seen earlier. While Malacca holds the title of Malaysian oldest town, Taiping was formally established in the year 1874 during the British administration And to put things in perspective, Kuala Lumpur during this time is still a tiny mining town. Along the way, we pass classic two-story shophouses that line the streets. That's a visual feast of heritage architecture. After strolling around the old shophouses of Taiping, the heat finally caught up with us, and we are both very thirsty. We passed by a small shophouse, and my friend suddenly said, "Let's grab a coconut here." Can meh? I wasn't sure they even sell coconut retail. But hey, never try, never know. Like many old towns in Malaysia, big shopping malls are few and far between. And as noon approaches, the Malaysian heat really starts to crank up. My head was starting to droop, and I know I needed aircon fast before that migraine hits me. Among all the low-rise shophouse, Taiping Mall stood out like an oasis. Nothing fancy here, but definitely a good spot to cool off and rest our tired feet. And to get a recharge before heading back into the blazing tropical sun. A short rest, a bit of aircon, and I'm fully recharged, ready for my next Taiping venture. Taiping might be a tropical town, but under the shade of its giant rain trees, the heat feels miles away. If not for these big trees, I cannot imagine how scorching it would be. I follow the tree-lined road towards the Taiping Lake Gardens. This is one of the most peaceful corners of Malaysia and the country's first public garden dating back to the year 1880. Even after more than a century, this garden still feels timeless. Everywhere I look, the reflection of the lake, the calm and rhythm of nature is like stepping into a painting. It is hard to believe this peaceful lake was once a tin mining site. Now locals start their morning here with slow jog and lazy rides around the lake, while we see the enormous Raintree stretching their arms gracefully over the waters. That is nature's own umbrella. The Raintree Walk occupies a corner of the Taiping Lake Garden. And these enormous rain trees are the true superstars here. Some of these rain trees are over 100 years old. Their heavy branches now resting on metal beams like wise old guardian of the park. Unlike in Singapore, where many old rain trees have been pruned or replaced, here in Taiping, they are respected and protected. And that's the most beautiful thing I've seen.
My drone has caught up.
Walking beneath this giant on the legendary Raintree Walk. I'm so happy seeing this Raintree here. And that's probably the best thing I see in Taiping here, walking under the rain trees. Let us take an aerial view of one of Malaysia's most beautiful parks. From above, Taiping Lake Garden is even more breathtaking. This is a park consisting of 10 interconnected lakes and ponds framed by Bukit Larut at the background. The lakes and ponds were not originally natural. They were all man-made from abandoned tin mining pools. It is hard to believe, but this calm, mirror-like water were once the scars of abandoned tin mines. Thanks to one far-sighted British officer, Colonel Robert Walker, this abandoned land became Malaysia's first public gardens, and perhaps still its most peaceful ones. This is Taiping Lake Gardens. but not as peaceful for us. We almost get our drone down from the air into the water and almost get caught in between the trees and risk dropping into the water again. Thank goodness, we waited a couple of minutes for the drone to slowly return to home properly.
Okay, finally I got back my drone. Yeah. What a traumatic experience.
You never lost it.
Come on. Wow, it was like hanging around the tree, man. Okay, I'm not going to play again.
By now, both of us are acting like two excited kids, pacing up and down, waiting for our toy to land. The afternoon sun is glaring and the heat's creeping up. So we leave the lake garden and head somewhere for cool refreshments. After months in Singapore, with so many shops selling this all over the island nation, this is actually my first time trying Chagee, one of the most favorite bubble tea stores in the whole of Asia. And of all places, my first Chagee tasting must be in Taiping.
Thank you.
And let me tell you this, I'm seriously impressed. Everything from the cup's texture, the sturdy straw that feels like it will last 1,000 years, and the surrounding where one can just sit back and relax. These are the small little things that surprise me the most. Some personal thoughts as I wrap up my trip in Taiping. I really like this town. Its wide pavement, the quiet streets, and so few cars that sometimes I find myself walking right into the middle of the road without even noticing. There is a calm, peaceful charm here that just grows on you. I didn't even realize until much later that Taiping holds so many firsts in Malaysia. The first Malaysian zoo, the first Malaysia public garden, the first Malaysia museum, and apparently there are up to 40 of Malaysia firsts across Taiping town. But honestly, I didn't come here to tick off a list.
Now we have checked out. Yeah, so walking towards the train station.
So far, I've only seen 1 or 2 Malaysia odors, and that was enough to know I truly like Taiping. There is no grand scenery here in Taiping. There is no big tourist crowd like in nearby Ipoh. Just simple living. Walking, eating, and enjoying the nature that blends right into the town. The food here may not be world famous, but it's real, comforting, and full of local flavors. I didn't even need to take a single grab right here. Everything is close enough to walk. And maybe that's what I like most about Taiping. It's compact, genuine, and quietly beautiful. Here I am at Taiping Railway Station, excited to be back on the rail after missing a leg earlier. For the next transport leg, I'm switching modes. Instead of doing the fast KTM ETS intercity service, I'm traveling on the KTM Komuter Northern Sector. This commuter train network serves the northern region of Malaysia with more frequent stops, shortened distance, and a more relaxed pace. It's definitely great for capturing local life and scenery. And most importantly, with KTM Komuter, it's super convenient. There's no need to book my ticket days ahead. With an hour to spare, my friend and I wander around the station, hunting for a simple drink. And guess what we discover? The old railway train station in Taiping. Just a 3-minute walk from the current station. We are standing at the historical site of what was once Malaysia's first railway line. And what's more, That is the rail canteen still in its original condition. That is the true blue station canteen vibe, and it feels like a godsend since I missed out dining at the famous station coffee spots at Kluang. So of course I couldn't let this opportunity slip by. We went into the rail canteen and ordered mee rebus. The mee rebus cooked here is of a slightly different soup base than what I'm used to back home. And then we share a chendol. My Penang-born traveling friend nodded. This chendol can match the one in Penang. And that's a high praise coming from a local. After our quick meal, we strolled through the wooden preserve station building, taking a peep in the antique clutter shop right next to the canteen. Honestly, I wasn't sure what they are selling. And then head back to catch our next train from the actual station. This detour turns out to be a mini gem of local life, heritage and food. I'm so glad to reconnect back to train again. Thank you for riding along this leg of the journey with me. And if you enjoyed this video so far, please drop a comment and hit like. If you have not subscribed yet, be sure to do it because we are continuing our train journey up north of Malaysia. Tonight, we are staying in Alostar, so stay tuned for what's coming next. See you in the next episode.